Before we get started, I would like to ask you, the viewer, 2 questions. Number 1, if a woman propositioned this same scenario or deal, would it be considered illegal? And number 2, how many women were propositioned this deal and gladly accepted? Let's start. We know there are a lot of women out there that need some binds fixed, if you will. Shout out to CGA.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
And the women in this video didn't necessarily need a bind fixed, but the men that asked them these particular questions thought that they did. Now, like I asked you in the beginning of this video, in my short introduction, this is going to become illegal in the country of Ireland. That's what this video is recorded at for this particular problem. But I'm sure there are several women in this video that weren't recorded in this video that willingly took the deal because they didn't have the money to pay. And like I said, my secondary question, my first question, if the women came to the men and asked the same question, would it still be illegal? Because in the States, this happens all the time. Matter of fact, in several countries, this happens all the time, right? But you know what? You're probably wondering, Nick, what the hell are you talking about? Let's get into the video. This is from Sky News. It's on YouTube. So before we get started, I got to get my fair use clause. So for all of you, stop playing the video ninjas. For all you, stop pausing the video ninjas.
Get out! Get out! Get the stepping!
A link will be in the description box so you can watch it without my interruption or commentary. If you're still here, thank you very much for your viewership and fair use.
When Darling Duran came to Ireland from Bolivia to study English, she turned to Facebook listings to find somewhere to live. She saw an ad for a 1-bed apartment. She found a predator.
He says that he was working at night, so the bed is free, so I can stay in his room. But sometimes he will be there, but he has no problem to share the bed with me because he's...
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Enemy spotted.
Now, as you saw the caption of this video, it says segs for rent. Now, these men went to these women and said, you know what? You might have cash, you maybe not have cash to pay the rent for this place, for this apartment or this dwelling, whatever. But if you don't have cash, or if you would like to keep your cash in exchange for something else that you have that might be just as valuable to me, well, I can take that too. And these women said that they found it appalling, repulsive, predatory, if you will. But like I said in my introduction, and I'm just using this video as an example, okay, because this is another scenario where women doesn't want a man to sexualize them, but they can do it themselves, no problem. That's why I asked those questions in the beginning, because a man asking this woman this is evil, it's predatory, it's illegal, right? It's almost like you're propositioning prostitution, right? But if a woman asks this, well, I mean, she's just getting a bind fix, right?
I'm in a bind, Nate.
She's just getting a bond fix.
You lose.
She's just getting a bond fix. But if a man asks this question, well, he's a monster. Get it?
or something like that.
What was your reaction when you...
Well, I say that I'm not willing to, of course, and after that he was trying to invite me on a date.
He tried to ask you out after that.
Yeah, I know it's funny now, but in that moment I was very, uncomfortable, and I was thinking no one deserved to go through this kind of situation. No?
There's a seedy side to Ireland's housing crisis. With a dire shortage of accommodation, international students rely on Facebook groups to help out. Figures from the Irish Council for International Students show an alarming rise in men looking for sex in lieu of rent.
They're looking for what?
Enemy spotted.
In lieu of rent. And there's a Facebook group. There are groups out here that are saying, you know what, y'all ladies? If you're a fresh immigrant, if you're a woman out there in the economy and you can't afford to pay for your own place, you can't afford for your accommodations, well, come on down. I got a place for you. And you don't need money. You know, I wish I had the soundbite for that one thing that coach uses all the time where it says, I got an ATM between my legs. There you go. Like, you know what? You don't have to give me money. There's something else that you can give me that I will accept in lieu of your cash, your pesos, your bread. You can give me that. And guess what? A fair exchange is not a robbery, right?
20 students being propositioned. Anna came to Dublin from Brazil 3 years ago. She too was offered accommodation in exchange for sex.
When I asked for the price, he told me that it wouldn't be necessary to pay if I slept in his bedroom a few times a week.
But those not respectable women.
I don't want no respect. I want some ass.
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
She said that the payment would not be necessary if you just sleep with me, once, twice a week. Again, a fair exchange isn't a robbery, but you as an individual that identifies as a man, you cannot ask this question. Now, if she gets in a bind later on, she loses her job, she has a divorce or something like that, she can't afford to stay there, well, then she can proposition you, okay? And it's all fair, right? But if I ask up front, look, you can pay me this, you can pay me that, it doesn't matter. Well, I'm a monster, right? I'm a creep. Got it.
And what was your reaction?
Like that right now, like I felt a bit shocked. And I think there is another problem specific about women from Latin America or South America, because people in general sexualize us as a woman because we are from Latin America. They think we are, I don't know, like dying for any place, or we are poor or something like that.
No, man. We don't think that you're ignorant or poor. Again, here, what's illegal with the man asking the question as well? I mean, you're not walking on a street corner with scantily clad clothing. You're a woman that's free to make your own decision. I don't think he's acting like a predator. He's not coming to you with any kind of weaponry or anything like that. He's asking a simple question right up front. If you don't want to pay with money, you can pay with this. He's actually giving you an option, and I think that's fair as well.
So is this practice actually illegal? Well, it's a bit of a grey area. At the moment, there is no law that specifically bans asking for sex for rent. There were 2 bills aimed at doing just that, but they fell when the Irish Parliament here was dissolved before the last election. The new government says it will tackle the issue. We just don't know when.
Tackle it how? It's a question. You know what? Again, double standards is for a reason. We ask a question, we can't, but they can proposition it and it's all good, right? Can't do nothing about it.
This minister said the government is seeking to make offering sex for rent a specific criminal offence. Work is ongoing with the Attorney General on a suitable provision. But with Ireland remaining a hugely popular destination for language students, women like Darling will continue to be targeted by those who see sexual opportunity in the midst of a housing crisis. Stephen Murphy, News in Dublin.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching. Favors of a fixing binds in exchange for a stay in my residence. Or you can give me money, but I don't really want that. I want something else. And again, my question is, how many women actually took this deal and said, you know what, okay, yeah, that's fine, and went with it? There's a reason why this man would have the audacity to ask this question, because I'm pretty sure somewhere in the past, he's asked this question to a lady and someone gladly accepted, because they got to keep their money and they got to give me the one thing that they can give me the easiest. And all they have to do is open their legs. They don't have to move around. They can just lay there. The landlord gets what he wants, and she can go back to work, go back to cooking eggs and grits. She can go back to, working on her computer, doing her telework. She can go back to taking a shower, talking on the phone to her homegirl, going out for the weekend, whatever. Again, a fair exchange isn't a robbery, but they're going to make this illegal, I'm sure. It's all good. Y'all see it, right? And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about this proposition of exchange of bodily services for stay in a residential place. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell, and we out of the door, and I will see you on the next video.